Hey everybody, welcome to Kelly Bailey Wellness. Today we are going to do a core workout, and as you can see, I have my lovely friend Mitzi out here on one of my paddle boards. So one of the reasons I love to work out is because I like to stay fit for activities that I absolutely love. So paddleboarding is one of those activities. So what I'm going to be doing, Mitzi's going to be doing the exact same thing that I'm doing. She's going to be on the paddleboard. We are going to do a core focused workout today. So we're going to start with a beginner circuit of core exercises. We're going to move all the way through intermediate and then advanced core exercises. I'm going to be doing them. You can do these right in your living room, or if you happen to have a stand-up paddleboard or any type of a surface that's a little bit wobbly, you can do this same workout on that. So we will go ahead and get started. The nice thing about core work is that you don't necessarily have to do much of a warm-up because you're gonna get warmed up as we work in the core. I also love core workouts because I can intersperse these between my heavier workout days, and it still gives me that little bit of movement, that little bit of work that I like to have. I like to get a sweat on every day. So let's go ahead and get started. Mitzi, we are actually going to start on our back. So we're going to do, this is the beginner part of the workout. We're going to do this circuit all through 2 times. So we're going to start with knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and you're going to place your hands right on your thighs. We're going to do 10 knee crunches. So you're going to reach all the way up for your knees and then all the way back down. Push your low back into the floor or into your board. 3, 4, make sure you're breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're gonna stay right where you are. Your hands are gonna come to your sides. You're gonna scooch your heels close to your rear end. And now you're gonna push your hips up through your heels all the way back down. These are called hip bridges. And we're gonna do 10 of these. Keep your heels on the board for this one. Really push. You should feel this in the back of the leg and in your rear end. Breathe. This is 5, 6, maintain control. 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. You're gonna keep your same position, only now you're going to lift your shoulders off your board or off your mat. Your palms are gonna come up and you're gonna reach side to side. So ankle to ankle. If you can actually reach your ankle or your heel, go ahead and do that. And Mitzi's probably going back and forth on her board. It tends to push the board a little bit. Push your low back into the floor, or if you're on a board, into your board. Breathe. Almost there. And go ahead and lay your shoulders back down on your mat. And one at a time, bring your legs up into the air. And you're gonna maintain a tabletop position with your legs. If you're able, I want you to bring your shoulders up off your mat. And I want you to keep your hands on your mat though, or on your board. Because again, this is the beginner circuit. So then you're gonna touch a heel down to your mat. Now, if this hurts your back for some reason, I want you to bring your knees closer in and keep your heels closer to your body. So we're gonna do 10 per side on this. Push your low back into the board or into the floor. That's really going to engage those core muscles. I'm really feeling this in the lower abdominals. If your neck hurts while you're doing this, you can go ahead and set it down for a second. Almost there. And then one at a time, bring your heels back to your mat. So we're going to do that circuit one more time before we move on to a side plank and then a new beginner circuit. So once again, we're gonna start with the hands on the thighs and 10 reps reaching for the knees. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe, 7, 8, 9, 10. Palms come to the sides for support. Bring the heels nice and close. Push the hips up. There's 1. Push through the heels. Do not come onto the toes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, then we are going to do the side reach. So shoulders are going to come off of your board or your mat. Palms are up. Reach for those heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release again. 1 knee up at a time. If you're able, you're gonna lift your shoulders, hands, palms are on the mat, and touch down with the heels. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, push the low back down, 7, 8, and breathe, 9, 1 more each way, and 10. All right, both feet come back to the mat. We're just gonna give it a second here. If you need to come to sitting, we're gonna go into a beginner side plank in just a second, but I wanted to grab a little bit of water. I know poor Mitzi's out there without any water. She's just gonna have to make it.
From high school sports to community events and beyond, you can find all of your favorite local shows on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hi, I'm Kristen Gambasini from Craft Table. You can check out my show as well as other local favorites such as Medina Minute, Cooking with Kelly, and Leisure and Literature on Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Check us out right now on Channel 100 or search Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube for playlists and much more. Spirit, town pride, community. This is the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
All right, so now we're gonna do a side plank exercise. Side plank is really good for the obliques, and it also strengthens all of the muscles along the side of your body. So you want your elbow stacked right underneath your shoulder, and you want your lower knee bent. This is gonna be the beginner version. And all we're gonna do here is lift the hip and then back down. Now, if you find that really difficult, use your hand on the mat. Use your opposite hand to kind of help you lift, but don't use it if you don't need to. So we're gonna do 10 of these per side. So lift, there's 1, back down, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these are very challenging on a paddleboard. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're gonna have to flip around. And Mitzi, I don't care if you flip with your head that way or if you roll over. So I'm able to do that a little faster than she is because, like I said, she's got it a lot more challenging on that paddleboard because it rolls around so much. All right, make sure, again, lower knee is bent, shoulders stacked right over that elbow, and lift, and all the way back down to your mat. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, side planks are done, at least for this round. Now we are going to come to hands and knees. And again, this is the beginner circuit, so we're still doing beginner exercises. So we're actually going to do a straight arm plank from the knees. So if you've never done a plank before, they can be fairly challenging. So you want to make sure you've got a straight line from your shoulder all the way down through your knee. So try not to let your hips sag. Try not to hike them way back behind you either. Try and maintain a nice straight line, and we're just going to hold here. Breathe. If this is hard on your wrists, you can also do this from your forearms. And Mitzi is demonstrating doing it from the forearms, and I'm going to do the straight arm version. Make sure you're breathing. Nice deep breaths. We're going to hold here for about 25 seconds. All right, you're going to, if you're on your forearms, you want to come back up to your palms, and you're going to bring your knees right underneath your hips. And now in yoga, they call these a bird dog, but we're going to modify it for the beginners. So normally we'd be lifting the opposite arm and the opposite leg. For this round, we're only going to lift the leg backwards. So we're going to keep 3 points of contact. We're not going to switch sides. We'll do 10 per side. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's switch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, next we are going to practice a cobra hold. So the cobra works all of the spinal muscles all of the back muscles that run along your spine. So you're going to lay on your belly. Your arms are going to be at the sides with palms facing up, and we're going to hold this. So you're going to try and lift your chest up off your mat, and I want you to hold. We're going to hold here for about 25 seconds. Try to breathe. I know it's not easy in this position. If this hurts your back, I would recommend that you go back to just a plank hold. For some people, this cobra exercise is contraindicated if you have back issues. So if it doesn't feel right, go back to your plank. Almost. Hold and breathe. And then relax. All right, so the next exercise we are going to do is step forwards. Now, if you're a beginner, this can be very difficult if you don't have a lot of lower back flexibility or hamstring flexibility. So do the best that you can, but you're gonna lift your knees off of your board or off of your mat, and I want you to step forward, and then back, back. Now, if you stepped forward with your left, I want you to step forward this time with your right. And again, we won't do too many of these. Gonna do about 5 per side. But this is gonna help us when we go to stand up. All right, bring the knees back to the board. We've got one more time if you need a little bit of a break, and Mitzi probably needs to reposition again.
I'm going out to sea.
The life of the paddleboarder, especially when you're doing exercises on one. So we're gonna do that core circuit one more time, then we're gonna get to standing, and then we're gonna move on to intermediate. All right, so we are going to do that last part of this, the beginner circuit one more time, and then we're gonna get to standing. We're gonna do some squats before we move on to intermediate. So we're gonna go back to our knee plank, and Mitzi's going to do the version, if your wrists hurt, she's gonna be on her forearms. I'm gonna be on my hands. So we're just gonna hold here. As you're doing this, don't allow your hips to sag and don't allow them to hike up too much. Try and hold a nice steady core here and draw the belly button up and in towards the spine. And also breathe at the same time. When you're trying to hold your belly button up, the deep breathing becomes important, but you want to breathe into the sides of your rib cage. Almost there, hold, breathe. All right, you're gonna push back onto your hands and knees, and I see the wind is gonna start messing around with us now.
Sorry.
And then we're gonna go back to the quadruped leg lift. So you want your wrists positioned right underneath your shoulders, and you're just gonna lift backwards, not switching sides this time. 3 points of contact. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're switching. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna go down to the belly for the cobra hold. So you're gonna lay down on the belly, palms are up, and you're just gonna hold. So try and look forward if it hurts your neck. You can keep your neck in line with your head in line with your spine there. Make sure you're breathing. Almost there. And relax your shoulders. You're gonna push yourself back up to a hands and knees position to start. And remember, you're gonna step the feet forward. So you're gonna lift your knees off the board or off your mat. Step forward, back and back. Switch legs. So step forward with the left and then step forward with the right. And I know it's a little weird. The brain doesn't like to work that way. And you'll even see that I sometimes struggle with that. Make sure you're breathing. On this next one, I want you to step up underneath you, kind of lift up onto the shoulders. I want you to step forward, and even if you have to inch your feet up, you're gonna come to standing. If you're on a board, stand up carefully, just in case you get a little dizzy. And now we're gonna do some squats. Nothing fancy, body weight. All right, we're gonna do 10 of them. So I'm gonna use my arms as a counterbalance. Squat down, keep the weight towards the back of the foot, keep the chin up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we are gonna take a little bit of a rest, and then we're gonna move into the intermediate part of the workout. We are gonna start on our back again.
The world could always use a little more kindness, a bit of patience, some understanding. In complicated or stressful times, great customer service can go a long way. Here's to all of those who make sacrifices for the greater good.
Thank you for calling Armstrong. My name is Christina.
My daughter happens to be one of them.
So, we are...
I'm going to reposition real quick.
Okay. The intermediate circuit will build off of our beginner circuit. So you will recognize the exercises that we're doing. They're just going to be a little bit harder. So we are going to start. The last time we started with the knee crunch. This time, both legs are in the air. Your arms are going to start overhead, and you're going to reach up for the shins. You're going to do 10. So there's 2, 3. Try not to let your legs move around. They shouldn't be waving around. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Both feet are going to come back to your board or your mat. Now this time you're going to push up through the heel, but you're going to come onto your toes as we do our hip extension. So 10 here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to go back to legs in the air, and this time, so last time we did this side to side. This time your arms are going to start overhead, and you're going to go to one side, back, and then to the other. And we're going to do 10 per side, total of 20. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. How you doing out there, Mitzi?
Hey, I'm great.
You just lost your water.
My water's in the water.
All
I'm gonna
right.
get it.
So last time we were doing the heel tap one at a time. This time we're going to do the heel tap. You definitely want your hands supporting back here. You may even need them a little bit under, so under your hips for support. But we're going to do double heel tap for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, bring both heels back to your board or your mat. Relax for a second. We've got one more time through that circuit. Okay, we're going back to our legs up crunch. So make sure you push your low back into the floor. We're starting with the arms overhead. Keep those legs really stationary. It's really gonna force your core to work. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Both heels are coming to the board. And now you're coming up onto your toes. So hip extension onto the toes, all the way back to the board. There's 1, 2, 3.
Hold on. I just got a cramp.
Oh,
Okay.
if you get a cramp in your calf, you can just stay on your heels if you're struggling with your calves for this. All right, 4, 5. The struggle is real.
It is.
6, 7, 8,
What do I need? More potassium?
9. More magnesium, more potassium. 10, yes. All right. And then we are doing legs up in the air for our side crunch. So arms starting back overhead, side, all the way back, other side. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're almost there. These are tough. 9 and 10. All right, you can bring both heels back to the board. But we are gonna lift into that tabletop position again. So I'm gonna keep my shoulders lifted off the board for this. Both legs are in the air. Hands are on your board or on your mat for support, and dropping both heels to the mat, bring them back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, take a little bit of a break. And then we are going to do a more advanced version of a side plank. After we wipe the sweat off. What an odd summer in Ohio. Humid and rainy. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit more of an advanced version of a side plank here. So we're actually going to maintain the same position that we had before. So you're gonna be on your elbow, your shoulder should be stacked directly over, and you're gonna be popping up onto that lower knee. So lower knee is still bent, only this time you're also gonna lift the leg, the opposite leg. So last time you kept your toe on the ground, this time you're lifting the leg. We're gonna do 10 per side. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We gotta switch sides. All right, now we gotta do the opposite side. So remember, stacking that shoulder right over the elbow, you're gonna push up and lift that top leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're gonna switch around to, once again, a quadruped position. This time, if you're more advanced, we're gonna do a full plank. And again, you could do your full plank from a straight arm position, or you can do it on your forearms, depending on how your wrists, shoulders are. So Mitzi, I'll have you do it from your forearms, and I'll hold from the straight arm. So once again, you just don't want to allow your hips to sag. I would actually rather have you hike them up a little bit. You want to kind of tuck your tailbone under, draw the belly button up into the spine. We're just holding our plank here. Breathe. If you feel some shaking, that's normal. Almost. Both knees are down. It looks like Mitzi probably could have held that forever. I'll have you reposition again, Mitzi. You got the hard job here.
The wind is not our friend.
I know, it's not. Okay, so last time we were working in the quadruped position and I was having you lift only a single leg at a time. Now we're gonna add in the arm. So this is going to be your opposite arm. So if you're lifting your right leg, you're going to lift your left arm. So, and we're not gonna switch sides. So all the way back down and then out again. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we are switching. Be aware that one side is often more difficult than the other. We all have imbalances from left to right. 3, 4, it's very normal. 5, 6, but that's why we do single-sided exercises. 7, to help balance it out. 8, 9, and 10. All right, and then we are going to do the cobra exercise. Yeah, I'll have you push back again. So we're gonna be on the belly. Now last time you had your arms back behind you and you were just holding your lift. This time, I'm gonna have you with your arms in an L position at the sides, and we're gonna do repetitions. So we're gonna do 10. You wanna try and lift your chest as high off of your mat as possible. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now the next one is gonna be a bigger challenge for Mitzi than it is for me. Mitzi is probably going to need to make sure that her toes are a little farther forward. So Mitzi, you may actually have to have your hands up in the X. Because here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start in a plank position, and I want you to push all the way back to here, and then you're gonna walk all the way back out to your plank. All right, ready? And once again, this will come into play when we stand up for our next round of squats. We'll have one more time through this though. So if Mitzi was too far back on her board, she would really be lifting the nose and would be in a very unstable position. We're not trying to get her to fall in today, but she probably wouldn't anyway. One more. And bring your knees to the board. Go ahead and take a break. If you need your water, now's the time to do that.
From high school sports to community events and beyond, you can find all of your favorite local shows on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hi, I'm Kristen Gambasini from Craft Table. You can check out my show as well as other local favorites such as Medina Minute, Cooking with Kelly, and Leisure and Literature on Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Check us out right now on Channel 100 or search Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube for playlists and much more. Spirit, Town Pride, Community. This is the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
All right, we got to do that again. So Mitzi's going to be in her forearm plank. I'm going to do straight arm plank again. And we're going to hold. So nice straight line all the way from your shoulder down through your heel. Try not to allow the hips to fall down. If you're really struggling with this, go back down to your knees. And breathe. Almost. Put your knees back down. Make sure that your hands are positioned underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and we're gonna go back to our bird dog. So opposite arm, opposite leg. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Going down to the belly. We are doing cobra reps. So remember, your hands or your arms are going to be in an L shape next to you. And we're going to lift. There's 1. We're going to do 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we got to do our walk back. So Mitzi, make sure that your feet are a little farther forward. So starting your straight arm plank, and you're gonna walk it back, and then walk it back forward. And again. One more time out. Now on this time, as you go back, bend your knees more and see if you can come to your standing position. Now I know you're kind of far back, so Mitzi, you may need to move your feet. There you go. Move the feet forward. Now for our squat variation this time, we're gonna stick with a squat, sticking with our feet on the board, on the ground. So we're gonna squat, and then we're gonna rotate as we squat down. Good, yes. 2, we're gonna go to 5 per side, total of 10. 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5, 5. All right, rest break. We have one more long circuit of core exercises, and these are gonna be the advanced ones. But take a break. If you're following through with the advanced, make sure you've got your water. You ready? We're ready already. Ready for it. Okay. Once again, we are switching to the back. We're gonna start on the back and we'll end face down. So we're gonna do this time a pullover crunch. So last time we were doing this. This time you're also gonna drop your legs at the same time you drop your arms. So it's 10 here. So out and in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Both heels are going to come to the board to start. And this time we're doing single leg hip extensions coming up onto the toe. If you get calf cramps, don't come onto your toe. You can stay on your heel the entire time. So I'm going to lift a leg and then I'm going to push up and then bring all the way back down. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Next one takes a little bit of coordination, but once you get it down, you'll have it. So, both. Oh, yep. All right. Once you have it down, you'll get it. So, both legs are going to start in the air again. And we're going to be doing a side crunch, but as you crunch up to the side or as you go backwards, you're also going to drop a foot. So one leg stays up, one goes down, and then you're going to crunch to the side. So we're not going to switch back and forth though. Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we got to switch sides. So arms start back, and that means leg starts down, and then over to the side. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, are you drifting off? The wind is kicking up now. Next, we are going to be doing a straight leg raise. So both legs are going to be straight and they're going to go down, and we're even going to do a little bit of a hip lift at the end. So I do like to have my thumbs under my hips just for a little bit of extra support. And you may see me bring my shoulders off of my mat a little bit too. So we're going to start here. Set your low back, push it down, drop the heels, lift a little bit so you're rocking back. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. All right, we're gonna take a little bit of a rest. Grab your water if you need it. The abs are starting to burn now.
I can feel them.
All right, we've got one more time through that before we switch to face down.
Are you testing?
You good? All right.
Couldn't be better.
We just hang out just like this.
We could.
All right, but we're not going to. All right, so everything's gonna start here. We're reaching back, heels touch the mat if you can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, and 10. We're gonna go with single leg hip extensions, coming up onto your toe if you're able to. So I'm gonna start with one leg lifted, and then as I lift up onto that toe, I'm squeezing the back of my leg. There's 2, 3, make sure you're breathing, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And here comes the sun to make it very sultry. 1,
And raindrops.
yes, 2, so there should be a rainbow somewhere. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, and then once again for our side crunch, we're gonna start here, but then as you lift overhead, I want you to drop one leg, and then you're gonna crunch to that direction as it comes up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna switch. So drop that leg and then crunch to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And drop both. You want to reposition. So we're going to finish this off with the straight leg raise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're gonna move directly into side plank. Our advanced version, we're still gonna be on the lower knee. We're gonna pop that hip up. We're gonna start with our arm extended, and we're gonna bring the knee to the elbow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gonna switch it around. Hip up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're gonna switch. We gotta move through this a little faster because our weather is changing. So we're gonna switch And I'm gonna modify, we're gonna do a couple of these and we're gonna get right to our squat jumps. All right, we're gonna do forearm plank with toe taps. So you can do forearm, I'm gonna do straight arm. So she's gonna be on her forearms and we're gonna tap the feet out to the side. So she's tapping into the water. Almost. Bring your knees to the mat just for a second. And now we're gonna do 10 plank hop-ins. So this is gonna get us to our standing position at the end of this. So we're gonna start in our straight arm plank and you're gonna hop the feet in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, Mitzi, hop your feet back forward when you can. And then we're gonna stand up from here. So this time our advanced version of squats is actually gonna be a squat jump. Mitzi's going to be on the board, and I'm gonna get that out of the way.
Oh, that jumping just moved me.
Yes, that'll do that. Remember to land with soft knees. Hips still need to go back. All right, Mitzi, you ready?
Let's go.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. I want to thank you for working out with me, with us today, and I hope that it inspires you to live your best life, get out there, do things you love to do. I want to thank my friend Mitzi Sokolowski, who is on the paddleboard, and also we've got our green shakes here. So Mitzi, I actually met her. She was my first paddleboard client ever, and she introduced me to these super nutritious green drinks and by Purium, and I love them. And I know we're selling, right? We're selling, but I love these because she's going to tell you about a little bit about it. But I do love them because when I get done with a workout, I tend to be very hungry. I have an appetite. I have a big appetite. So doing one of these shakes right after a workout actually helps me control my appetite the rest of the day. So I absolutely love these, and I'm thankful for Mitzi for introducing these to me. So I'll let you say a little bit more about the Purium products and what's in this.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you inviting me and having me out on your stand-up paddleboard. It's always a pleasure to spend time with you and to learn something every day from you. So yeah, I was introduced to this company called Purium 4.5 years ago, and I've never looked back. And for me, it's about health. And these shakes, the green shake is like having 6 superfood salads. So Purium has over 70 products. They're for nutrition, for weight loss, for athletes, for kids, for your dog, for gut health, for immune support. So we have products for just about everyone, and it's about helping you be healthy. The products are all plant-based, they're organic, they're non-GMO, they're live raw dehydrated superfoods. So there's no chemicals, no synthetics, no artificial dye sweeteners. It's all plant-based and they're delicious.
All right, so we're gonna shake it up, we're gonna drink it. Thanks for joining us today. Woo! Live your best life. We have it.